On November 23, 2021, a coalition of armed, black self-defense groups converged in Brunswick, Georgia to demand the conviction of Travis and Gregory McMichael and William Bryan of murdering Ahmaud Arbery.
We believe in armed self-defense today, and that's the only way we will stop all of the bleeding, killing, and dying of us, because when caskets start rolling in your community, then all this development will stop or end altogether. Black power. Black power.
Footage of Ahmaud Arbery's February 23, 2020 death shocked the world when it was released, and paired with the cases of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, sparked a rejuvenation in the movement for Black lives.
Rest in peace, Ahmaud Arbery. Black power! Black power!
Strong hand. We getting ready to go back in the court. What do we want? Justice! When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
The McMichaels and Bryan ultimately stood trial in November, and closing arguments began on the 22nd. On November 23rd, the coalition spoke out.
We say to the prosecutor, you gotta tighten up, buddy. Right. And we say to the McMichaels and the Bryans, we're gonna give you hell to the crater to the goddamn grave. Amen. If you get a conviction, amen, it ain't gonna be no sleep, no rest for you.
That's right.
Because you took Ahmaud.
That's right.
We can't tiptoe. We can't dilly-dally.
That's right.
An eye for an eye, a life for a life, a tooth for a tooth, and a limb for a limb.
Yeah.
Black power. Black power.
Black power.
It takes us to do the right thing to get justice in America for Ahmaud, for all the other people who died because of systemic racism and police brutality. We need justice.
Right.
What do we need? We need justice.
We need justice.
This white supremacy.
Put it on the ground and spread it out. Yes.
This stuff right here that we have to go through. Over and over. See it wherever we go.
Come on.
It's on the front of your fucking truck. It's on your yard. It's in your window. It's on your clothes. At one time when I was growing up, you could buy this from Walmart.
That's right. That's right.
Activists tore up a Confederate flag, resembling the one that had been seen on the McMichaels' truck when they killed Arbery.
Say his name! Say his name! Let's hear it in the courtroom.
Ladies, come on, ladies!
No, please!
Got one to quit.
No, please!
Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter!
Say his name, Ahmaud Arbery! Say his name!
Ahmaud Arbery! What do we want? Conviction! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Conviction! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Conviction! When do we want it? Now!
Inside the courtroom, defense attorneys claimed the rally outside could intimidate jurors, but the judge was not convinced.
The world wants to know that justice going to be done here. And if justice is not done, and if justice is not done,
Enemies necessary!
justice is not done.
Enemies necessary!
All three defendants were convicted of multiple murder charges, leaving their state sentencing to occur on January 7th.
This mother, Wanda, and this father, Marcus,
That's right.
having to sit there
That's right.
in the courtroom and watch their son be lynched
Wrong parent.
over
Wrong parent.
and over and over again.
And I love both of them. And I'm with them.
It make you want to holler.
Yes. What they
But
get to-
today we're here to make a joyful noise for justice for Ahmaud Arbery. Justice for Ahmaud Arbery. Justice for Ahmaud Arbery. Justice for Ahmaud Arbery.
Y'all better go to that prison. I'm gonna tell you something. You want me to tell you what I want you, where I want you to come out? But I'm gonna say it.
Come on,
In
bro.
box.
Come on, bro.
Not only did they lynch my son in broad daylight, but they killed him while he was doing what he loved than anything, running. That's when he felt most alive, most free, and they took all that from him.
Several Black Second Amendment groups arrived on the scene throughout the day, distinguished by different branding and ideologies.
Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power.
Arms in front of you. Arms in front of you. Spread out. If the person in front of you taller than you, reverse. Hey, what's this?
The groups listed themselves as the New Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, Original Black Panther Militia, United Black Power Militia, Panthers Movement, and Lion of Judah Armed Forces.
It's very important that we practice these amendments so that we can show others that don't be afraid to protect yourself. Don't be afraid to get off the couch being a slout, get off the sideline and get on the front line. We are fighting for our people. We are still fighting for liberation. We are still fighting for freedom. We are still fighting for reparations and compensations. That's why we're here today.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power!
These distinctions were significant enough to the groups that one approached me after an interview to confirm I wouldn't mistake his group for others.
Panthers movement along with the United Black Power Militia.
There we go.
And that's not just one state chapter, that's like multi-state?
Yes, we both are national organizations.
So it's like a tribe called Quest. You got to say the whole thing?
That's correct.
There you go.
They're separate. Okay? We don't believe in body for body or eye for eye or any of that. We just believe in power to the people.
There you go.
The maximum, and that is what the state is asking for in this case, is a life without the possibility of parole. The state did file its notice of its intent to seek life without the possibility of parole back in 2020 when this case was first indicted.
Activists awaited eagerly outside the courthouse throughout the 7th, listening closely to the arguments.
Mr. McMichael, the court sentences you as follows. Count 1, malice murder, life without the possibility of parole. Count 2, felony murder, vacated by operation of law. Count 3, felony murder, vacated by operation of law. Greg McMichael, the court sentences you as follows. Count 1, malice murder, defendant was found not guilty. Count 2, felony murder, life without the possibility of parole. Count 3, felony murder, vacated. When I say vacated, it's vacated by operation of law in all cases. I'm not going to repeat it. So the court recognizing that Mr. Bryan's position is different. Again, Mr. Bryan was found not guilty on count 1 and count 2. The court sentences Mr. Bryan to life with the possibility of parole on count 3.
Both McMichaels were sentenced to life without the possibility of parole, plus 20 years. Bryan was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole after 30 years. He would be 82 by that point. The family and attorneys spoke out following the sentencing, celebrating it as a historic victory for racial justice.
I would be remiss if I didn't say just for a second as I look at all the great support we're getting from brothers all around the country. The activists, the Panthers, the transformative justice movement, everybody. Think for a minute as we stand here in Glenn County in front of this courthouse. Think about all the black people who have been lynched in the history of America. In Georgia, who never ever got their day in court. Nobody ever heard their evidence. And Wanda and Marcus, they never got accountability. Nobody never went to prison for killing them. Well, today, your son has made history because we have people who are being held accountable for lynching a black man in America. Today's sentencing shows that the results that have come from sustained movements. And you all represent the sustained movements for justice. So really what we're doing is thanking the people for this day. The people gave justice to Ahmaud Arbery.
Y'all been good to us, and y'all stuck by us in this hard journey. God put people together. God don't make no mistake. He don't lose no race neither.
The city of Brunswick thought that I would have to fight this fight alone. So they chose to ignore me because they thought they would have to face me alone. but they didn't know that I had you guys to stand with me.
That's right.
There's a federal criminal civil rights trial starting on February the 7th.
The trio now face federal charges, and the death penalty is technically on the table.
We are all behind them receiving the death penalty and the death sentence for what they have done. We want the death penalty. What do we want?
The death penalty!
What do we want?
The death penalty!
After rallying in front of the courthouse, the group had one final Second Amendment march to set the tone for the year ahead.
These brothers and sisters, it takes grassroots activists. Attorney Ben Crump just said it. It takes grassroots activists. It takes soldiers. I want to thank the leader of the Lion of Judah Armed Forces, Mr. Nasir. Let's give him a black hand. Been working this country. I want to thank the leader of the original Black Panther militia here, Brother Mike Payne, the national leader. Let's give him a black hand. I want to thank all the other soldiers who are here. I want to thank Nasir, Brother Jay, Black Howard, Sister Crystal, Brother Eagle. I can't thank Eagle enough.
That's right.
Minister Muhammad. Okay, so let's get down to business. You'll hear from these commanders. Okay, here's the point. Who are we? This is the new Black Panther Party. This is the original Black Panther Militia. This is the United Black Militia. These are black self-defense groups who are committed to organizing and defending our people on a permanent basis. Right. We're thankful that these defendants have been convicted, but the problem of our people has not been solved by one conviction. Our people must organize. Our people must train. Our people recognize that the threat of the Klan and the threat of white vigilantism in this area and all over the country is alive and well. Right. And we have determined that we will practice self-defense and we will spread the organizing of self-defense amongst our people by any means necessary. Okay? And so we want self-defense, is that right?
That's right.
What do we want?
Self-defense.
What do we want?
Self-defense.
And what are we here for?
Justice.
While acknowledging subtle differences in ideology, the groups pledged to stand united in 2022 to promote black armed self-defense.
You know how long we've been talking about black unity? Black unity. They say we can't unite. They say we can't do these different things. But yet we're here, as you can see, united. And that is really important, and that is not to be overlooked. Black power?
Black power.
It's very important that we also arm ourselves and take self-defense extremely serious. Because we see our beloved brother Ahmaud Arbery and what took place, we must learn from that as an example as well. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to see all my brothers and sisters out here standing together in unity and in solidarity with the family of Ahmaud Arbery.
That's right.
And them also receiving the justice.
We in this movement are settling and solving our differences.
Right.
And learning to work together as a common unit. That's right. And that means something in this day and hour.
They plan to have a presence at the upcoming federal trial and a unified rally on Juneteenth.
Black unity. Come on, black power.
Black power.
Black love.
Black power.
Black unity.
Black unity.
Ford Fisher, News to Share, with additional footage by David Decker for Activism Uncensored, a collaboration with TK News.
Black power.
Black power.